Yeah, or even like you put it in before you go to bed, can't you? A bit like a bedpan, not bedpan, not bedpan.
I put it in my bed before so I could go use the.
No. What they called those old things? They were like brass. They filled them with hot water, long handle. Looked like a massive saucepan. Back in the old days. Greetings and welcome back to another British Family Reacts video. We are joined today by Mrs. H, baby Alana H, and obviously myself. This is going to be your first time reaction to the legend that is Laurence Brown.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
5 ways British and American bedrooms are very different. If you are new to the channel and you like reaction videos, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Before we get into it, just a quick thank you to all our wonderful patrons. If you'd like to see your name appear here, check out the link in the pinned comments. Make sure you watch right to the end to be in with a chance of winning some free Mr. H merch of your choice. That's enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get straight into it.
One of the most common bedroom differences I get asked about is, why do Americans sleep with that extra sheet between the quilt and you? Hello, I'm Laurence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to bedrooms. In Britain and throughout the world, people need a designated room where they can go to sleep and do other stuff, like reading, for example. Depending on the country that you're in, the bedroom, a word supposedly coined by Shakespeare, might take a different form. And as somebody who has lived extensively in both Britain and America, this is most certainly true of those two countries. And so without further ado, here are 5 ways that British and American bedrooms are very different.
Built-in closets.
Oh, I'd love one.
Yeah.
Well, we do have
We
a built-in
do actually have a little bit of one.
It's not an American built-in closet though.
It's not a walk-in one. It certainly
No.
isn't a walk-in one.
Not those ones I see on TV anyway.
No, they're normally massive. You walk in, there's like shoes and stuff everywhere.
Oh, heaven that
But
would be.
yeah, no, we don't get those. We get cupboards, don't we?
Yeah.
Before we even get to the main centerpiece of the bedroom, which is the bed, there is one major thing that American bedrooms have that most British bedrooms do not, and it's something contained not within the 4 walls of the bedroom, but within the wall. I'm talking about built-in closets. Now, this is my walk-in closet. I say mine, I mean it is shared with my wife, of course. I say shared, I mean it's mostly hers. So you might be thinking, well, Laurence, where do British people hang their clothes? And the answer is simple: in a wardrobe that admittedly takes up more space, unless it leads to Narnia. But while America may have the advantage in the closet department, Britain is still leading the way on these.
Water bottles. They're good though in the winter.
I'm just going to see where he's going with this.
Okay, yeah. There's also these like seeded ones, isn't there? Is it corn? You put them in like a...
Oh, in the microwave.
Yeah, so it's sort of a evolution of hot water bottles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the days when I still dressed like a child, you bought me this t-shirt, so you can leave it out.
Doctor Who.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Back in the days when I was still a child, I distinctly remember sleeping alongside a rubber accessory that was filled with hot water. It was a hot water bottle, and it was one of those things that I'd forgotten about until researching for this video. For anyone not in the know, a hot water bottle is exactly the accessory I just described, and its purpose is to keep you warm while you sleep. It can be a problem if you accidentally burst it, because then your parents think you have another problem and you have to go to the doctor. Now, with the advent of electric blankets, hot water bottles have seen a decline in popularity. This is particularly true in the United States, but I have it on good authority that people still occasionally use them in Britain. But
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of hot water bottles, and like Mr. H was saying, I think it's wheat, the seeded one. You said is corn, but I think it's wheat or something, and you put it in the microwave. But I do like a hot water bottle.
Yeah, or even like you put it in before you go to bed, can't you? A bit like a bedpan, not bedpan, not bedpan.
I put it in my bed before so I could go use the.
No. What they called those old things? They were like brass. They filled them with hot water, long handle. Looked like a massive saucepan. Back in the old days.
I wasn't available. I wasn't there in the old days.
Well, nor was I. But but you can put them in the bed half an hour before you go to bed. So when you get into bed, it's all warm.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know what it's called. But I would say I don't use a hot water bottle to warm the bed. It's more like if you've got a bad tummy or something.
Yeah. Another thing, like a bit of comfort.
Part of me believes that most of them just use it to refill their tea without leaving the bed.
Definitely not a bedpan.
As always, when it comes to comparing British and American things, inevitably it always comes back to size. And you might not be too surprised to learn that American beds, on the whole, are longer, wider, or sometimes both, than British beds. So let's take a look at how that plays out. Or lays out. That's a bed pun. Sorry, let's just take a look. So the smallest bed size in the United States is the twin bed. This measures in at roughly 39 by 75 inches. And its nearest equivalent in Britain is a single bed, which is just as long as an American twin, but 4 inches less wide.
Well, interesting story. When we first got together, and I used to stay around my mum and dad's house, stayed in my old bedroom, and we used to share a single bed.
Single bed,
It was all very cosy.
Good job I liked him.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
After that, America has a twin XL, which is coupled with Britain's small double. Try saying that after 4 whiskies. And then America has what is known as the full-size mattress. This is 54 inches by 75. This is almost identical to the double-size mattress in Britain. From here on out, things become like a game of chess, as both countries sort of introduce a royal family of mattress sizes. In the US, some people sleep on the Queen, not the Queen, that would be breaking news, on the queen-size mattress, which is about 60 inches by 80. This is virtually identical to Britain's king-size mattress, but neither country ousts their bedroom monarchy there. What's better than a queen? A super queen. In the US, this measures in at 66 inches by 80. Funnily enough, the nearest equivalent in Britain is called, can you guess what it's called? Can you?
I thought they would be the same. Like, I thought a queen was a queen, and I know that American sizes, they've got bigger sizes, but I thought a king was a king and a queen was a queen, and then the Americans have bigger beds. Didn't know that they were different sizes.
Yeah.
It's called a super king, and it's 72 inches by 80. And so Britain wins, except it doesn't, because America also has a king-size bed that measures 76 by 80. And at this point, Britain's mattresses abdicated the throne, while America's just kept going with the California king at 72 inches by 84, and that's just showing off. So perhaps this additional size is why Americans are more likely to use one of these. However massive the mattress, it's more common in the US than the UK for it to sit on top of what is known as a box spring. And while I definitely couldn't claim to be a bed connoisseur, I hadn't heard of the phrase box spring until I moved to America. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, we don't call it that. Apparently, we call it either a sprung bed base or a divan.
Ah, okay.
I've never used those terms either.
We've used divan, haven't we?
Yeah, divan bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's because this particular contraption is much less common in Britain. And so what is this contraption? Well, a box spring is a base that sits under your mattress that sort of incorporates a spring system like you might find in your mattress.
Crikey.
And the idea is with that additional bounce, I won't keep doing that, the springs in the mattress have a greater shelf life. In Britain, our mattresses tend to sit on harder surfaces, meaning that the springs in your mattress wear down more quickly depending on how much you put them under duress. Mine were mostly fine.
Back in the day when we were kids, when I was a kid, the mattresses with the springs underneath the box was open, and when we used to play hide and seek, you could go underneath the bed, and if people jumped on the bed while you were underneath it, all the springs would come down and start pinching you and hitting you and stuff. It's like, and like, found you. So yes, one of life's little tales back in the day before health and safety.
But so much for what goes under the mattress. Let's take a look at what goes on top. One of the most common bedroom differences I get asked about is, why do Americans sleep with that extra sheet between the quilt and you? And
see, I always thought that was for like summertime. You just use that sheet, don't you? And in like the thick quilt, you'd sort of take off and then use that sheet.
I have no idea. I know one of my aunties has a sheet on her bed. She does it, but I don't know if there's a purpose. I thought it was just a preference. Maybe people like sheets.
And this is what's known as a top sheet. And while I have read that top sheets have become less popular among younger Americans, they are nonetheless still in wide use. But What purpose do they serve? Well, aside from adding an additional layer of warmth for Americans that don't know the joys of a hot water bottle, the top sheet is often used for hygienic reasons. The theory being that your body, and therefore body odour and sweat and dirt, doesn't come into contact with the comforter/quilt. And I can get behind this idea.
But don't you have a duvet cover on the quilt? So
Yeah.
Because it means you can wash the comforter less often. Who needs bulky laundry? Now, because Americans are more likely to use this approach than British people, they're also more likely to not use a duvet cover because what's the point? In Britain, this is largely how we get around the hygiene problem, if indeed we choose to. Now, if Reddit is anything to go by, then this is the source of a heated debate. So let me know in the comments below, top sheet or no top sheet?
Yes, let us know in the comments below as well.
yeah, I'd just say duvet cover for us. but-
Yeah. And if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to drop a like, because it really helps us out.
As for me and my American wife, we compromised on both a top sheet and a quilt cover.
Fantastic video by the legend that is Laurence Brown. What did you what do you think about?
I enjoyed Laurence Brown. I love his manner. I
Yeah.
think he's quite sarcastic, which is one of my
Yes.
favourite traits as well. My favourite. I shouldn't say that about myself, but sorry, that wasn't what I meant. I meant I like being sarcastic.
Yes. But yeah, absolutely brilliant video. If you've got anything to add to this, let us know in the comments below. And again, a quick shout out to all our patrons. All the names are here, are taken from time of recording. So if you have joined and your name isn't here, it will appear in the next video. Now it's competition time. All you need to do is to 1, be a subscriber, 2, like the video, and 3, comment below. And at the beginning of your comment, hashtag Mr. H and Friends, and then put your comment, and then we will know that you are in the competition. What we'll do in the next video, we will film ourselves going through all the comments. We'll pick one out at random, and if you are that lucky person, reach out. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless
Sorry.
you. Reach out and we will send you some free merch. It can be Baby H merch.
Mr. H and Friends merch, Fusa merch,
Yeah. Greetings. Wow. Don't grow up. It's overrated.
Jibber Jabber.
Jibber Jabber. The Jibber Jabber. And the hybrid flag, the UK and USA hybrid flag. Any of those, merch or mugs or stainless steel tumblers, you will be in the chance of winning that. So,
Hashtag Mr. H and Friends at the beginning of your comment. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and make sure you pop that comment in for a chance to win.
and we will be choosing the winner in the next video. And all that leaves us to say, Mrs. H, Baby H, myself, Mr. H, is take care.
God bless, and we'll see y'all in the next video.